This is Sharon from Healing Strategists, and I wanted to talk about the grief that happens when you are recovering from having a narcissistic relationship in your life, especially from childhood. I guess I'm just speaking from my own experience that I didn't want to give up on the possibility of having a loving relationship with the parent that gave me a lot of pain and grief when I was a child. My memories of anger and not feeling nothing but loving relationships, or not feeling nothing but feeling love from a parent. That's all I knew. I didn't understand. I mean, my father was very loving and my grandmother was loving, but my own mother was it was unstable. She had a bad temper, and you never knew when she was going to erupt. And I never felt really safe around her. And I just felt bewildered if I'm thinking back about what that was like. But I kind of understand that all children, I think they naturally want to feel love and acceptance from their caretakers. And I've always, as a healing strategist, it always is on the top of my mind that we all want to be loved unconditionally. And I grew up in an era where the television shows that you saw had an idyllic family where mothers and fathers loved their children. And you didn't see any of the negativity or the anger. That was the time of Andy Griffith and Donna Reed, which, I don't know, 71 years ago. The only people that may understand what I'm saying are the people that are my age who were around during that time. Oh, and there was, oh God, I want to say Hee Haw, Minnie, they used to sing country and Western music, and I mean, there wasn't very much on television back in those days. Anyway, what prompted me to turn on this to record this is just some of the memories that I have of wanting to have that idyllic family, that loving family unit that you see on TV. And I think that there was an effort for it to happen, but I think my mother just happened to be the type of person that didn't hold back how she felt. And she was comforted, I think, by how intelligent she was. She was also naturally pretty, and she had an older sister who definitely uh, didn't shine as well as she did. And I think my mother knew how to be charming when she wanted to be. Um, and then where do I want to go with this? I guess I can just speak from my perspective, is that I have memories of being only a couple of years old when I she liked to dress me up and take pictures, but she was not very pleasant about it. So she sort of treated me like a doll, and if I was being uncooperative as a doll, she would lose her temper. And my disposition wasn't too combative. I don't know. I guess I had my moments where I was stubborn, but I wasn't stubborn with her. I have only a few memories of my childhood. Enough, but I have lots of pictures from those years, and I had two younger brothers, 5 and 6 years younger than I was. But what made me want to turn on this recording is I want to talk about recovering from being raised by a narcissist. So there's a whole generation that is affected from having a narcissist for a parent. And I don't have the title of the book. I can't remember the author, but a book that really impacted my understanding of the narcissist was a book about the emotionally immature parent. So I don't think she identified them as narcissistic, but I kind of put two and two together, that those people that are emotionally immature often kind of show up as narcissists. And I don't need to really explain. I don't want to have my channel be mostly about the narcissist, but that being a child of a narcissist makes you pretty resilient to pain, because you're subjected to threats and emotional verbal abuse at any time. And I know that from that it made me very unsure of who I was. It made me anxious. She scared me not to trust anyone. And I know she was just revealing what she was thinking. So I believe that narcissists have a lot of fear, and they operate from a lot of fear. And I think that they want to prop themselves up and remind themselves how successful they are, how capable they are, because it helps shore them up from the world that they're really afraid of. And my mom's still alive. She's 93, and I really do feel sorry for her. However, I know that if I decided to have a new relationship with her, that she would eventually revert to the same person that she's always been with me. And now that I'm 71 and she's 93, she'll be 94 next month in August. She's a Leo. I am choosing to focus on finding my own joy and peace in my life. I'm focusing on building a fresh relationship with my children. And I think my children and even my siblings have endured some similar kind of trauma, because my mother at this point has become very resentful of the life that she's having, because no one wants to spend time with her. But she's charming, so she can make new friends, and she can charm them into giving her things that she's looking for a moment. But that charm doesn't last for long, because she gets critical and nasty, and racist things come out of her mouth. It's just very unpleasant, and I don't know that it's necessary that I go deep into what kind of person that she's been. If you have a narcissist in your life, I think you can kind of just understand what that could feel like. And I'm sure that my desire to come out as a healing strategist is also to help anybody else who has experienced living with or being subjected to the mental and emotional abuse from a narcissistic family member. Could be a sister, mother, brother, father. Could come in all different forms, I'm sure. And it was really hard for me to turn my back on my mom, because I felt like when I get to be that age, will karma come and bite me? And if I turn my back on my mother, will my children turn their back on me? And that's probably what kept me involved in her life beyond what was needed. And today, my children, I have 3 children. I don't think that none of them have said to me that I should go back and take care of her. My middle son, he understands. And my mother didn't want to create a power of attorney, and she didn't want to create executors to her estate. And at 93, we were really worried that if something happened to her, that all that she worked for and set up for her family, and I can be grateful that she's done that, could easily get dissolved into probate. And one story that I have that may explain why it was so important to me that she get her affairs in order is that in order to keep her family together, she used her way to make money to control everyone, and she put everybody in a house that she bought. And that being in California in the Bay Area, it's not easy to be able to afford a home, and she did that. She knew how to invest. She knew how to buy real estate. She had that kind of mind for it. But unfortunately, she made it very hard to appreciate her because she expected you to do whatever she wanted at any given time, because whatever she wanted always came before your own desires. And when I finally got married, she felt like she had the right to have a key and had the right to be able to enter our home whenever she felt like it, because she bought that home. And my spouse at the time wasn't okay with it. I was a bit like a deer in headlights at the time. But I think when you're an adult, you do feel like you have a right to your privacy and your sovereignty. And the days of you being able to, of a parent being able to just invade your personal space is not acceptable. So whenever we disagreed with her, if any of us disagreed with her, she often liked to threaten that you should move out of her house. And that was a common thing that she would say. And she did this to not just me and my siblings. I don't know about my siblings, because she created a way for us not to talk to each other. She pitted us against each other. Anyway, this is turning into a longer story than I meant for it to be. But where I wanted to go is that she made it really hard to be grateful for the things that she gave us, because she didn't let you know that she was giving out of love. She made you feel obligated, responsible. And I would never, because of how I feel about it, I would never want to inflict that same kind of obligation to my own children. To me, because of the lack of love that I got from her, it makes me much more attentive to wanting to show love to my children unconditionally, wanting to be a good mother to them, in a sense that I know how important it is that you let your children know that you see them, to let your children know that you admire them for the things they do. And the old Chinese way of criticizing your children just doesn't work. I don't happen to have deep conversations with very many Chinese friends, but lately through dance I met a Chinese woman who was born in San Francisco like me. I didn't ask her if I could talk about her, so I'm not going to mention her name, but her parents were very abusive and would beat her. So I can see how damaging it's been, not just for myself, but for her as well, to have parents that don't know how to love their children. It's very sad. But I feel like being a healing strategist, working on my relationships with my own children, I've done a lot to help break that cycle, to by example, show my children what love looks like coming from me to them. And it's been a lot of work. I was traumatized myself, so I didn't even know how to do that for many years. And my children suffered from some of that trauma when they were little because I was traumatized myself. And the ability for me to show and express love was repressed from not loving myself, I felt completely unqualified to be a mother. I gave up all of my confidence. I had no confidence to know what was right and wrong about being a mother because I was just lost. And so my first child got very little of what he needed as far as love is concerned from me, his mother, because I was damaged myself. And so I have a lot of compassion for children who are born who have parents who are not available. And that's terrible. It's awful. But as we become adults, we have to figure out how to grow ourselves up and how to maybe have some understanding and compassion that your parents did the best that they knew how to do. And I'm sure that my mother is doing the best she knows how to do. However, I can't tolerate another abusive experience as a result of who she's become. And I have to save myself. And God knows what it's going to take for her to heal. I don't wish her harm. I'm not happy that she is the way that she is. And it actually makes me very sad that she doesn't have enough space to recognize how lucky she is that she has 3 children that are still alive. They are still physically in proximity, living close by her. And she's got 2 young grandsons, or great-grandsons. Life could be a lot better for her if she only knew how to be appreciative and grateful for what she has. But she doesn't know how to do that. She does have some dementia, and they say sometimes people with dementia soften up when they get older, and I haven't seen that with her. It's really sad. I can only pray for her that maybe somehow she can have the peace that she's looking for. And I pray for myself too, because I'm looking for a way to live my best life and have the responsibility of making sure that I can build a good relationship with my children. My children are a priority. Their fathers are still alive, and I've never stood in the way of them having um, a healthy relationship with them. And we're all human. We all have stuff to grow from. I have no hard feelings to my exes for wherever they're at, but I just know that I wouldn't be the right kind of partner for them. So uh, for now, I'm just going to live life solo and enjoy every day that comes to me.